Hello, this is Navin Kharga and this is my analysis assignment. This is my Delta-Wye conversion from Python script. I have done this in Visual Code. I have done it in 4 parts. This is input part and this is if loop for delta and if loop for y, and then this is a repetition of the process. If you put y, it will give you the same result like on the top. So let's start this code first. I'll run this program. If it says what is the network type, delta or y, this is the input that I put right here. Input, what is the network type, delta or y. If I say delta here, let's say delta, or say data. If I put invalid input, it says invalid input, try again, what is the network type, because this is the prompt that I have given here. But if I say the correct input delta, it runs and then the whole part goes here. If loop, this is the real part G1, and these all are in floating points. These are my formulas that I took from the assignments. G1 times G3 by G1 plus G2 plus G3, and this GA, GB, GC are my 3 variables, because when you put something in floating and then you put some variables here, it will convert it into the complex form, which is shown here. These 3 lines, G1, G2, and then this G3. Look at this one. These are the 3 complex forms that I have put from these floating points, and then it calculates this using this formula, and then it gives the output for delta to y conversion. So if I say the real part for the G1 as given in the assignments, let's say 3, and then it asks for the imaginary part, and let's say it's 0, and it asks for the real part of G2, say it's 4, for the imaginary for G2 say 0, for the real part say it is 0, for the G3 let's say it is -4. And it converted delta to y conversion. After I gave all the inputs here, it calculated using this formula and it printed the result. The thing is that you'll see here .2f, .2f, .2f. This means that the output should be in 2 decimal points. Look at this one. The real part, you'll see it in 2 decimal points. The imaginary part, it is in 2 decimal points. This is what exactly the .2f, .2f, .2f means in this print output, right? Now, if I say, would you like to repeat the process after calculating all the outputs? It is asking me again if you like to go back on the top. And if I say yes, let's say Y for the yes, and again it will put me on the top, right? And again I'll start the process. This time I'll start for Y because I want to do Y to delta conversion. If I say Y, skip this part because I have put input Y, then it directly goes here to the if loop of Y, and then the same process repeats. You put all the floating points, and you put all the real and imaginary part for GA, GB, GC, and then it will convert it into the complex form GA, GB, GC, and you use the formula. It uses the formula G1, G2, G3 as the variable, right? And then using the formula it will print the output. These are the 3 outputs, and again it says .2f, .2f, .2f. Again the answer should come in 2 decimal points, and then after calculating the output it will again ask you if you like to repeat. If repeat, we'll go back to the top, right, for the input value. If you say no, then the program ends. Now let's check for the Y. I'll put the impedance value for GA. So say it's 3, for the imaginary part for GA 3, GB3, GB3, GC3, GC3. Look, it converted all the values using this formula, right? Look at this formula. It used this formula and gave us the output G1 is equals to 9 plus 9G 9 plus 9j, 9 plus 9j. You can calculate it within calculator. It gives the exact value too, and it is in 2 decimal points. 0.00 denotes the 2 decimal points. And say if you like to repeat the process, it asks, I'll say no, then the program ends. And it doesn't ask like in last time when I said yes, it again asks me this question, right? Would you like to repeat the process? Because I said yes at that time, but this time I said no. That's why it's not asking me anymore. That's it for this assignment. Thank you so much.